Hello and welcome to the GamerRoos Podcast. Today is October 5th, 2023. My name is James Carrino and I'm joined today by Minh Tran. Say hello, Minh.
Hello, James. How's
Hello.
it going?
Yeah, it's doing all right. A little tired, but you know how it is. It's midterm season. Again.
Well, sucks for you. I am an alumni. I'm sorry to hear about that.
You got
I
out.
am gone.
Hey, I try to get out, man, but you know what they say. I try to get out, but they pulled me back in.
Hey, I could say that to you.
All
Why
right.
am I here? What am I doing?
Oh,
But
I
I enjoy being here and talking. So
I guilt-tripped him back to getting back here. Okay. The big article in news, or gaming news right now, is the SAG AFTRA strike has officially been greenlit. This is a video game union strike, specifically for video game voice actors and many actors within the video game industry. And they passed an authorization note, or 10 days ago now, with a 98.32% yes vote. Specifically, and this is as per their website, this strike has, according to the SAG AFTRA, has been long since in the works, specifically within studios such as Activision, Blindlight, Disney, EA, Formosa, Insomniac, Take-Two, that's a big one there, Take-Two, and WB Games, as well as some other studios, since, according to them, October 2022. And according to them, have refused to offer acceptable terms on some issues most critical to our members, including wages that keep up with inflation, protections around exploitative uses of artificial intelligence, and basic safety precautions. Of course, it's gotten back in the news recently. There's been developments and such. But this whole thing is rather interesting.
They're writing off the success in Hollywood.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, with their acceptable terms with Hollywood, where they have finally came to a conclusion, and which is great for all you creatives out there. And I think the biggest elephant in the room is AI voices. What do you feel about having your voice replicated?
That's kind of the big deal that a lot of people that were discussing this event were actually pointing out, is that there are a lot of people who are not dedicated actors, for instance. Like, take me, for instance. I've had a lot of people compliment me on my voice. It's decently bassy, but it can be... It's got a wide range. And, you know, I have a lot of recorded voice lines on the internet through this podcast, and in theory, you could feed my voice to an AI generator, and even though I've not said a ton, you could realistically, especially with maturation in AI technology, make a lot of different lines with my voice that sound
definitely.
Reasonably like me.
Oh, definitely. And it's currently easier to discern, but as the technology kind of maturates and it develops, it will be hard.
Exactly.
Especially with more samples online, and going rounding this out to the VAs out there, the voice actors and voice actress. They have tons of samples, and don't get me wrong, it's a cool development.
It's a cool technology, absolutely.
But there are bad actors and people who do things in bad faith that could just, ruin it for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. That's part of the problem where you can, gosh, the Discord servers that I'm a part on, where they have especially active meme channels, where almost every other post is some sort of AI voice generation or AI image generation of popular characters.
Mostly the presidents.
Oh, that too. Well, actually, that was a big thing. A few, early in the summer, where you'd have AI Trump playing with AI Biden and stuff like that. And there were some really high effort memes that went into it. I remember the one where they were all sitting in the back of a backyard, and JFK would walk by, and then you'd have wax recordings of, gosh, was it Hayes? I don't know. The first president to have his voice immortalized on tape.
There's definitely some entertainment value in AI generation,
right?
But there's also an ethical question: is who can you really copy? Are you gonna and what you're gonna copy it for? Because intent and actual usage of it matters. Because if you're gonna use it for some, let's say, defacing campaign, that's not good for anyone. That just shows what you can really do without rules with this technology.
Well, beyond the ethical concerns, something I was trying to get at earlier was, I've got a decent voice, and let's say that I don't know, producer stops me on the street and says like, hey, we've got this great video game that's going on, and I think your voice would be perfect for a character that we've got. Now, granted, we don't have the time, and I don't think you have the time or the acting chops to really pull it off, but I still like your voice. I'd like to pay you $500 to come into the studio, we'll do some voice samples, and then we'll let the AI take care of the rest of it.
Yeah.
I'm not a licensed voice actor. I'm not a part of any voice acting unions. And quite frankly, you know, I'm a student, but I also plan to have a job outside of acting. I would be foolish not to take that decision, but that would outcompete other actual voice actors in voice acting unions, and that's kind of where the ethical concerns crop up.
Yeah, but also, especially in video games, right? There's hundreds of lines that you need to be populating. In example, all the NPCs.
Yep,
like
NPC
you
voices.
You can't just be like doing text boxes above their head like games of old, because like you're not just gonna pay like multiple bucks on NPCs that your players are probably gonna ignore or probably not gonna find because it's glitched out.
Assuming this did not become a union issue and it was allowed to mature on its own, I believe that you would get a lot of AI NPCs, because Starfield, for instance, like compare I don't know, Fallout 3 to Fallout New Vegas to Fallout 4. If you play those games long enough, you will eventually run into the same voice actor over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
You know, we have the same kind of like generic 1, 2, 3 male actor, generic 1, 2, 3 female actor, 1, 2, 3 old person actor, etc. And you have the primary roles by the actual voice talents. You know, you've got Liam Neeson as your father in Fallout 3. You've got McDowell, I forget his first name, as the main bad guy. And you have a couple other, not celebrity voice talents, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but like, once the technology developed, you don't even need VAs. Like, it threatens their job. Well, depending how good the writers are. Because the biggest thing for VAs is their impromptu, or impromptness, where they can improv on the fly sometimes. Or, like, greatest example is Johnny Depp. When he made the
all the ad-libs that he did. You know, I've got a job to I've got a job to you know, and a bunch of other stuff like that.
Yeah, and you would lose that but from actors if you're going towards AI voice. It
becomes less of a collaborative effort and more of a, you know, you have the writers team that kind of come up with the concept.
But we all know sometimes writers can't really see the big picture sometimes.
Right. Or rather, they have the big picture, but actually trying to flesh it out on the ground level is more difficult. I would say that a lot of that, they probably have...
I misspoken there.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
It's a very, like, weighty thing to really say. Because, on one hand, the creatives are creatives for a reason.
Right.
They're better ones than others, but... all in all, they have a talent that AI cannot reproduce at the moment, and that is the concern at this moment. Because if you let it go further, the corporates and game studios, they don't want to spend huge bucks on big name actor so and so. They want the cheapest thing possible.
Right. Now, actually, to play devil's advocate here, though, strictly devil's advocate, I'm not advocating in favor of AI taking over creative industries. I'm just saying, you have very large portions of movie budgets dedicated these days to the talent, basically.
Yeah.
Like, gosh, I mean, if you looked at a chart, excluding marketing, of a lot of film budgets, more often than not, a quarter to sometimes a half of a film budget is dedicated to actor salaries. And much of that is determined to like lead actor salaries and stuff like that. Especially in an era where Hollywood pictures are becoming, you know, their budgets are ballooning out of control. You can get into instances where like, yeah, if you wanted to shave $50, $25 million, $10 million off of a movie budget and try to recoup a little more off the top of that, yeah, you might want to, you know, throw in some AI in there. Now, is it a good idea? Nah, not really, but I could see why somebody would want to make that decision.
From a like more technology like advocate standpoint and enthusiast, AI can be a powerful tool, such as they can supplement anything you need. Like, okay, your actor, I guess. This is hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
Your actor could be doing a line, and he messes up like a little space in between. Like, but everything else, great. They could use AI to kind of go in there and modulate that like, single section, save the actor like a lot of hours retaking the same line, and the editors to not having to deal with a bazillion.
You don't have to worry about it so much on the post production end of it. You don't have to fly everybody in, like the crew, the sets, the actors back in. Add on a couple million to your budget.
It saves hours.
It saves hours. It saves money. It saves time.
And like that's the biggest thing for the advancement of AI. It saves you time.
Right.
But yes, there is the scare. Yes, there is like a lot of people that are not knowledgeable on how AI works. But just like anything else, we have to understand it, find an ethical way to kind of rack ourselves around that technology. Because the technology is coming, and you can't really push it off.
Yeah, it's Pandora's box. It's open. I mean, well, it's opening. It's always opening. Yeah. So the best thing you can do is try to make the best of it and not... At least that's the way that I look at it. And I worry at least a little bit that some of the backlash for AI, not saying that the current SAG AFTRA strikes are Luddite in nature. I'm not suggesting that at all. I fully understand why they don't want people to just waltzing in and getting paid $500 when it really doesn't matter to me when this is somebody's living.
The main goal of this strike is to keep the video game industry as a viable career choice for many.
Right.
Anything outside of that is toxic for the community, as we need these like memorable names that we can latch ourselves onto. You get this attachment to a character that you won't really get with AI.
Hopefully this sparks a debate in the comments and just debate amongst yourselves and your friends in general. If this is something that, even if you do agree, it's important to discuss anyways, and devil's advocate and that sort of thing. Just to understand the situation more. So.
Very, very constructive too, and it gets you to talk about a community that you're a part of.
Exactly.
Since, what is important to you in this gaming community? Is it just the games? Is it the friends that you go hang out with? The bigger community locally? Like, would you go out and go to these conventions and meet your favorite people? Go to like these events talks, like get to know a little bit behind the game development, stuff like that. Or
this is all a very long way of saying go outside and touch grass.
Yes. I mean, yes, and sleep. Cause
that too.
Even for me, I don't really...
You don't sleep?
No. I've been having to supplement some of that sleep.
Coffee, man. It's a hell of a drug.
Yeah. But also melatonin, but
Anyways, so moving on to other news. Min, you have a video game you'd like to tell us about.
Oh, okay. So I just found out this morning on the YouTubes.
On the YouTubes? Oh.
If you are following anyone or anything that is remotely called VTubers, they will be playing this game called Suika. I think that's how you call it. I'm not too proficient, but basically watermelon. It is a game kind of like...
Square watermelons?
I wish. It's a game where you drop fruits and you try to combine them to get other fruits to get points.
I tried that at my grocery store, but I got fired.
But the last fruit that you can combine into is the watermelon. And you have to get it within a limited area. And that's the game. And right now, there's a lot of VTubers, especially big names like members in HoloLive have been playing it, and especially doing a little score competition. But it's very similar to your Connect 4 or mobile game.
Yeah.
So anyone can really play it.
Oh, so it's like 2048 is what you're saying?
I guess. Yeah. But vertical, not like all different directions.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you'll have to have a Japanese account on Switch to play it. or you can play the dozens of...
This episode is sponsored by Surfshark VP. No, not really.
You can play on the multitude of...
I got you there. I know I got you.
You did. I was literally staring at you for like the long, like a dead stare. Like, huh?
Hey, they gave me $20 before I sat down in the recording room. Hey, I'd do it for $20. I'd do an ad spot for $20. I don't care.
Hey, college student here.
Hey, that could go to something important like vodka.
But
yeah.
there's a multitude of like rip-off games on browser or your mobile phone that you can really play on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something interesting that's on the YouTubes lately.
On the YouTubes. Well.
Riot Games are preparing for their World Championships.
Oh, in League of Legends.
And they just released their World's Anthem a week back or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And called Gods by New Jeans, your currently popular K-pop group. All you K-pop fans out there.
This one goes out to all you K-pop fans out there. Songs that I don't know.
Tell me what you think.
To everybody else that listens to real music, close your ears. Anyways, this has been the GamerRoos Podcast. I want to sincerely thank you for listening. We try and post at all. Sorry. But anyways, thank you, Minh, for joining us today. And have a good night.